Hey guys, hello. Welcome to the Tuesday live stream. I am not on top of it and do not have my AI music playing. I need some AI Christmas carols, but it doesn't look like that's an option. We could go with minimal. Let's see what we've got. Okay. It's a little bit of club vibe here, not what I was going for, but let's slow it down a little bit. Thought for sure it would have Christmas carols at least. I don't know. It's not working for me, but that's okay. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. It's December. Glad to be here with you. Casey is on a call today, so you are stuck with me. And I think last week she talked about kind of the NNBA origin story, how it started. I think the best movements start with like that grassroots, like coming together of people with this shared vision for something they want to see happen. And I love the NNBA origin story. I've definitely heard it and retold it, but that was last week. So you can always go back and catch those on YouTube as well. Let me see if I have the YouTube link so I could share that with you guys. I'm sure I do. Let's see. Because if you ever want to go back and watch any of these, we upload them, we stream them live to our socials, so Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and then we upload the recordings. And we are over 100 subscribers on our YouTube, which is great. It's a relatively new channel that we set up just to upload these. It's youtube.com/@nursesbusiness. I'm going to upload it in the captions for you too, so you can go catch those recordings if you didn't get to hear the NNBA origin story last week. Caption already exists. I know. Where is it? Well, it says I already have this caption, but I can't find it. So, okay. So it's youtube.com/nursesbusiness. So last week, hey, there it is. All right. Sorry, I shouldn't be allowed to do this. So last week, NNBA origin story. This week, we're kind of talking about membership. So how the NNBA helps you grow your business, how kind of the membership functions, like what you get, what the benefits of membership are. And so I'm really excited to be able to talk about this because it seems like every nurse, I'm surrounded by a lot of nurse entrepreneurs, a lot of nurses doing things that are different than 9-to-5s right now. And even if they have a 9-to-5, they're trying to do something different than their 9-to-5, or their 6-to-6, or their 7-to-7, whatever it is, or their 8-to-7 in a lot of the jobs that nurses are working in right now. So, the thread and the trend that I'm hearing right now, everything is about community. So entrepreneurship can be really isolating because you're kind of walking this thread of success versus failure for a lot of the journey. And so it's like, when you go looking on social media, you don't see people sharing their failures a lot of the time. Fortunately, now it seems like it's going in a way of a little more transparency and a little more, even if it's just for attention, people sharing their failures more. So I just think that when you're struggling with something, there's a really small pool of people you reach out to with those kind of things. Like, hey, my business is not going well right now. I don't have any clients. I'm going to have to get a full-time job. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt, right? So when you have people who you know are in that same position, it completely changes how you feel about sharing that with them. I'm super fortunate to have two people who have been with me from the beginning, who have been through those ups and downs with me, who still go through those ups and downs with me. And that really made a lot of difference when things weren't going well, or I felt like quitting, or I felt like this wasn't the right choice, or all the feelings that nurses feel when they're even thinking about a business, like, who am I to start a business, right? And so these are real challenges that I have to imagine every nurse who's ever started a business faced, because I will say that most nurses I know, now there are a lot of nurses with business background, with business degrees, and I'm sure that helps. I know for sure that it doesn't make it 100% success rate, and it doesn't give you all the answers, but I'm sure that helps to feel like, this is all mindset, to feel like you have what it takes, to feel like you have the education, or at least, to rationalize, like, I should use this business degree I've gotten, start a business, or I have the foundation I need to be successful. But really, the community around you is to me so important, and probably the biggest benefit of a membership in the NNBA. And that's a big thing to say, because community isn't necessarily tangible. It's not like, here's your box of community and here's what you get, and as soon as you become a member, you get access to this amazing thousands of people network who are all of like mind, doing the same thing, and it's in a little box, and you just open it and you get this outcome, and now you're successful because you have this community. It's not like that, right? I wish it was, but you actually have to work towards building that. It's a lot on your end, how much you lean in, how vulnerable you choose to be, how much time you put into networking when you're not going to get anything out of it, or when you don't even have an agenda. I think that's actually been some of the most successful networking I've done, is when I didn't have an agenda. Hi, I'm Nena. This is what I'm doing. Would love to hear more about you, and just leave it completely open. Those are some of the best networking and community efforts I've made. I have actually been an NNBA member for 6 years and the president for 1 year. And so in the 6 years I have been a membership, it is 100% without contest that the value is in the community. I have had so many members of the NNBA encourage me, reach out to me, share what they're doing, ask how they could help me, partner with me on different things, promote me to their network for no reason, just, interview me for their podcasts, get my name out there, share me on LinkedIn, just things that you can't do for yourself, right? So I think that community is really, really key for success. And I think it's underrated. I do think people are noticing more now, because I see a lot of content on community as a nurse, and a nurse entrepreneur especially. And so I'm glad to see that, because I do think it is one of the key areas to success that successful nurse entrepreneurs have. There is this very insidious belief about competition. I don't know if that's nurses or females, maybe it applies to everybody, I don't know, but that if I talk to someone who's doing the same thing I'm doing, it might give them an edge over me. It might, cause me to lose business. It might give away a secret to my operations. And that is just not the case. And so it's like, when you have that community, even people who are competitors, yeah, it is hard. Thanks, Alicia. It's like you have these people who you can share ideas with. Some of my best networking relationships are with competitors, because they're doing the same thing in a totally different way. They serve different people. They focus on a different service. They offer different things, but we encourage each other. We give each other referrals. We give each other ideas. I've gotten great business from people who were a competitor of mine, who couldn't manage a client, or who didn't have capacity, or who wanted to work on a project together. Those are huge benefits of community. But what do you actually get? So what actually is membership with the NNBA? Well, we just rolled out we revamped and re-rolled the associate membership, which is for non-nurse healthcare professionals, consultants, service providers, and organizations who want to support nurses in business. So we have 3 levels of membership at the NNBA, if you didn't know this. One is a student nurse. That means you've never been licensed as a nurse. So that doesn't mean you're in your 5th master's, you're going for your DNP, and you've been a nurse for 20 years. That's not for you. This is for a nurse who is in her first time degree program, who has never been licensed, is an unlicensed personnel in nursing school. They get access to our Nurse Business Training Center. There are a lot of student nurses interested in side hustles, interested in opportunities to maximize their degree, to do non-traditional routes. So we have a lot of interest from student nurses, and we have some great partners who serve students as well. So they get the same CEUs, the same access to networking, member directory, and a lot of other great features. Now, our nurse membership is our full membership, right? So what I've been a member of for 6 years, my membership is a nurse membership. So you get the Nurse Business Training Center with business plans, templates and trainings, CEs, the business planning and development toolkit that walks you through different ways to set up your business, different considerations. There's so much value in there. Event promotion opportunities, the coaching resource directory, NNBA networking platform, speaking opportunities at the conference, getting yourself out there. If you're looking for speaking opportunities and leadership opportunities like our committee memberships, this is where that would be. I'm really excited about our committees. We've got committees for conference, membership, and education that we are getting up and running right now to function really as input on how we are developing tools and resources for our members. And these members are guiding these new resources that we're setting up. So I'm really, really excited about that. So also you're going to get guest blogging features, PR and marketing opportunities. We've got email newsletters that go out to over 5,000 nurses, at least twice a month with our newsletter that you can be featured in. We do member spotlights. And then you get $100 off the annual conference. So for $169 a year, that is going up in January to $199, you're going to get $100 off the annual conference. So for all those other things, you're getting 100 of that in a discount on your conference membership. You're also going to get other exclusive NNBA discounts. Anything we're doing in 2026 and forward, we are doing either free or heavily discounted for members and only charging non-members. So anything we do is 100% to put value into the membership. And we're really proud of that. And we're really focused on really deepening the value that members are getting. And as much as I love the Business Training Center content, the business planning and development toolkit, and all the things that are available, I want to say, if you've ever taken a course and been like, wow, that was a great course, but it didn't fix my problem and I'm still here trying to do this, that is where the community comes in. I don't know of anyone that comes in, finishes the online content, and is like, well, that's all I ever needed, and I'm done now. Check. So I always try to reinforce that this is you and what you put into it. It's really amazing content, and it helped me a lot with setup, and you can go back to it and scale your business with this content. A business plan should be more like a market plan. I've talked about this on a couple different lives, but you should be constantly revamping your business plan. And I was listening to someone speaking who was talking about how business plans are out. They're not the vibe. A market plan is what Alan Weiss Consulting Success is what I was listening to. Or Consulting Blueprint, I think is right. But your market plan should be reevaluated often, every year, every 3 years, as your business evolves and changes, as your ideal client changes, as your market changes, as your services change. So these are things you can go back and use to continually grow and scale your business. And then lastly is that associate membership, which this is my jam. This is my tiny little baby wrapped up in a blanket for 2026. So this associate membership is the way. This is the way, okay? So for 2026, everything we do is going to be based on our associate partners. That doesn't mean you can't be a nurse and have the associate membership, but if you are a non-nurse, you'll have to have the associate membership. So hopefully that makes sense. There's a nurse membership where you just want the business membership. You want access, you want community, you want the full membership benefits. But if you want to promote and be seen and sell and serve, the way to do that is the associate membership, whether you're a nurse or non-nurse partner. So the associate membership is going to come with everything in the full membership, but it also is going to be the way that we partner with any other organization. So if you're an organization and you're like, I serve nurses in business, I do funding, I do scrubs, I do medical equipment, I do coaching, I do consulting, I do business setup, I do med spa, I do aesthetics. Whatever you do, if you serve nurses in business, if you're an associate partner, we are going to feature the heck out of you. This is how we are going to partner with other organizations and promote them. So you'll also get that program and resource promotion, guest blogging features, newsletter features, PR and marketing opportunities, 100%, $100, not 100%, catch me, not 100%, $100 off the annual conference. And we added a second $100 off any promotional credit of your choice. So that could be off the newsletter promotion for 3 months or 6 months or a year, whatever you want to do. That could be off of a sponsorship for the conference. That could be off an exhibitor table. Any promo credit of your choice, $100 off. So that's a total of $200 cash off of that $499 that you're paying in credits towards, one off the conference and one off of anything you choose to promote yourself. The other thing is we're also going to feature you on our partners page, and we're going to make sure that any opportunity we have to promote your business and your services as our partner, you will be first, always. So we're going to make sure that you are central to what we're doing. And so I'm really excited about that. We've been looking for a way to make sure that we are featuring other organizations who serve nurses in business. And so this is the way we're going to do that, is through these partnerships. I'm really excited about this because we have some amazing things coming up in 2026 that we've been working really hard on, some exciting launches that we're doing. And we really need partners who serve nurses and nurses in business. So if you're thinking about this, I'm going to make sure you have my email here in the comments, and make sure that you can email me. Would that cover an agency who trains nurses to be consultants in home health and hospice? You know it, Alicia. It absolutely would. That would be a great feature for the conference, and that would be the perfect use of the associate membership, no doubt. And I think there's a lot of interest in that because people ask me all the time, and I'm like, I wish I had the capacity to train you all. I'll hire you. I hire hospice and home health consultants, but I don't have time to train you. So if you're training consultants in home health and hospice, this is the perfect opportunity for you. So I already know your situation, so you don't need to schedule a call with me. I know it's the perfect choice. But if anybody isn't sure and has a question, reach out to me or to Casey. For some reason, I can't find where it's got my email. This is Casey's, Casey@nursesbusiness.com, or mine is just Nena, Nena @nursesbusiness.com. So if you have specific questions about the associate membership, please reach out and just ask. And then I'll also drop the memberships page in the chat here, just so you can review it yourself. And I'm sure if I put it in the captions, it's going to say, you already have memberships as a caption. We can't enter it here. It looks like I need to go through my captions because there are 1,000. So don't tell me I already have it. I know. Hey, it's going to work. Okay. So here's the memberships, nursesbusiness.com/memberships. You can review all the information yourself. But those are the levels of membership that we offer, and that's what's in it. So it's very easy to get plugged in. You can schedule as soon as you enter any level of membership, you get to schedule a one-on-one call with me. What I do is I let you 100% lead that call. I say, how can I best support you in your NNBA membership? I'll open up the portal and show you how to get to the resources, or I'll open the member directory and specifically tell you who you should be connected with, or I'll share opportunities to promote you at the conference. And so, whatever it is you need, or if you just want 20 minutes of free coaching on, you're frustrated with where your business is at, you found the NNBA and you need help, that's what I'm here for. So in the first 30 days, you can schedule that call. There's not a time limit on it, but we want new members to get that call scheduled as soon as possible so that we can spend that time with you one-on-one. You can reach out to support at Nurses Business anytime with questions and things like that. Casey is our member coordinator, and Callie does a lot with support, conference, and social media. So you can reach out to support at Nurses Business at any time and get an answer on any questions or issues that you have. And we would love to connect you with those resources. So some of the questions, I wanted to real quickly go over some of the questions that we have. Oh, you know what? I feel like I skipped over. Once you get in there, in that resource, you get your membership, you get everything. You'll have your own member portal. That's where all the resources are for the nurse business content. And also that's where you'll get your conference discount. So when you go to register for conference, which is in Scottsdale, Arizona this year, July 16th through 18th, 2026, I'm super excited about this. We have some amazing sponsors and exhibitors. And last year, the community from the members that showed up was so powerful. That was the number one feedback we got, was the people in the room, just their heart for supporting each other was so powerful. And that was definitely the big takeaway. And so we're going to do that with a spa vibe this year in Scottsdale. And so we're super excited. We're kind of revamping the pre-con experiences. So we've got a more elevated kind of feel to some of these sessions where you get more face time. I know one thing is that it's so much content that it feels overwhelming, and you're kind of back to back that first day of conference. And so we're kind of modifying that a little bit. That'll come out. Hopefully I'm not spoiling any surprise launches here, but I know that we're looking at really extending and intensifying those VIP pre-conference workshops so that you really get the most value for that. Common members questions are, where do I start? So you start by logging into your member portal, go to the directory. My personal advice would be to go to the directory and sort by similar business or interests. Look for any people names and connect with anybody who you feel like would be a good connection for you and your business, and email them and be like, hey, I'm a new member of the NNBA. I wanted to reach out. I'm starting this business. I'd love to connect with you. Now, our member directory is not for sending emails to grow your business. That's for networking and community. And it says right at the top of the member directory. So if you're an associate member, that list is not there for you to download and send your, promotional emails to. Those are personal email addresses that have been shared with us with the intent to connect in network. And so that's what those are for. I always want to be upfront and clear. So those are our membership directory. I think there's the most value there. These are seasoned nurses who have been doing this for years, who want to help you. And so that is gold. They're so willing to take time to talk to new members and help them. What if I'm not sure what business I want? You'll get some ideas. You go through that member directory, every kind of business there is. We also do a lot of features, member features. Some new things we're doing for 2026 as well are members insider podcasts for members only, and members insider newsletters monthly with more value and more really resource connections than just the newsletter. So we're really layering on that value for members. And so if you're already a member and you're watching this and you want to contribute to any of those things, please reach out to me or Casey. We would love that. We are actively looking for members to feature, to promote, to partner with. to exhibit, to speak. So our call for speakers is still open. You can still submit a call for speakers. It's on the website, nursesbusiness.com, right at the top. Ways to get involved, call for speakers, and committee applications. Those are 2 ways you can get involved with our membership right now. For the call to speakers, we always defer to members first. And for the committees, it's membership is a requirement because you're going to be making decisions that affect our membership. So you'll have to be a member to be on the committee. How much time does this take? As much as you give it, just like your business. Boom, that's it. If you don't have time to put into your business, then it won't grow. And same with the membership. There is no, this is not a 20-hour-a-week commitment. You could do this in an hour a week, go in, watch a module, send some emails to members who you'd like to connect with, have a 20-minute call with me. I'll give you some pointers and some next steps to help you move forward. So we love promoting member stories. The last thing on my agenda here is what's coming up. I kind of talked about that. We have a lot of ways that you can get involved. That's what I just covered. So I did a good job. Thanks, Casey. Casey gave me this agenda because I was unprepared. So I was covering for her today, and she is super organized. I just get on here and talk until the time is up, but she actually has a laid out agenda to follow. So any questions that I haven't covered in the chat, thank you so much for the questions. Here again is that link if you want to explore the membership. You can also email support@nursesbusiness.com. I appreciate you being on today, and we're super excited for what's coming up in 2026. We would love for you to be a part of it. We are really coming into a new kind of phase or, chapter of nurse entrepreneurship that I am seeing out there in the community of nurse entrepreneurs. It's very exciting and it's very encouraging because it's more of a grounded kind of energy, like a very transparent, authentic energy that not only serves people with our offerings and our products and our services, but it also prioritizes our health, our families, our finances, and our lives. So the NNBA is right on track as usual with that trend. And so I'm really excited to see where that's going. And then, I think that this is not a membership organization. The National Nurses in Business Association is truly like the best kept secret of business for nurses and nursing opportunities, whether that be in your job. Intrapreneurship is super underrated. And there are so many opportunities for nurses right now. I think nurses are starting to realize what opportunities are out there for them. And so the more nurses that have this kind of realization that they can do anything with their license, they can do anything they want, that there's unlimited financial potential. We're seeing some of these nurses with larger audiences, with larger businesses, influencers. I love that. I love that they're helping bring awareness to the opportunities for nurses. And the NNBA is literally the hub of that. So once you get inspired and you see what's possible, the NNBA is the next step to come in and say, this is where I get my meat and potatoes. This is where the foundation gets built on, right? So we really want to be supporting nurses in this journey, and we're really excited about that opportunity. I'm really passionate about it, and we want nurses to see what's possible and to support them. So we're going to be doing a lot in 2026 to really focus on that. Hope you have a great week. Thanks for joining.